time for Super Kids today. We are doing a story called The Big Box Fix Up, and we will be having a Zoom meeting this afternoon after we read through it once here on the video. Then you'll get to read together with your classmates this afternoon. So let's get started with some letter cards. Get yours out. You want an A and an X next to each other. When you have that ready, you can sound it out with me. Ready? Ax, ax. Now find an O. Ox, ox. And then put a B in front. Ready? B-ox, box. Find an F. F is next. Ready? F-ox, fox. Ooh, do you have an I? I have an I. Ready? Ooh, I got two letters. There we go, just one. Ix, fix. And two more yet. Ready? An S in front. Ix, six. And one last one. You need an A and put that in the middle. X, sex. Anytime you need to pause that in the middle, that is fine. And do you know what a sax is? Sax is short for saxophone. It's a musical instrument. And it has a reed, and you blow into it, and the part comes down kind of like that. And there's an open part on the end. And you press the keys in the middle. Similar to a clarinet, but a little bit bigger. And it has a curve at the bottom. So that's what a sax is. Next, you need your dictation paper. Just start off wherever you left off. And the first word is fix. So while you write that, I'll move my camera and stuff around here a little bit. And then we'll be ready to go for the next part. Did you start writing fix? X, fix. The next word is fit. It, fit. And let's keep going. The next word is nest. The bird has a nest. N-S-T, nest. And the last one is next. 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 This is the next word. Next. When you have all four of those done, you can put that away, and then we are going to start talking about the story. And the story has some different words in it that we don't know yet. So some of them are a little bit of a review, and some of them are not. And so let's look over here. We're going to start right here with the word you. Y-O-U, that is the new sight word we learned yesterday. And so that's you, this one. See if you can do that by yourself. Said. And then you're going to say it first, and then I will say it for the rest of this row. Ready? Like. Put. Box. So we are ready to sound out a few. So we are going to do the first part of this word first. Ready? B-ox, box. And then we have an E and an S left. S. Boxes. We want to say that S like a Z at the end. So boxes. One more time. Boxes. So if you have one box, then it's called a box. If you have more than one, then it's boxes. Now we're over here. We have a two-part word. S-A-N-D, sand, and then b-ox, box. Sandbox. Ooh, they have one of those at the dinosaur park, don't they? That is a fun place to be, at the sandbox. And next one, we're going to do the first part first. Add, add, and then ed. Added. That means you're putting two things together. Added. Now we're down here on the bottom. We're going to do the first part. B-l-a-n, blan, k-et, ket. blanket. So we usually say blanket. So blanket. And the last one, wind, wind, mill, windmill. Ooh, there's a picture of one of those in the story, and I will show it to you. If you don't know what it is, actually, I'll try to draw one really quick on my little board here, and then it looks similar to a flower or a fan. It's kind of like a big fan. And they use it to harness the wind. So sometimes they look kind of like this, and this is the base, and then it looks kind of like a big fan there, and they call it a windmill. They use them to make energy from the wind. So that's a windmill, and we are ready to get started with the story now. And I'm going to put the story up on here, on there, and then we'll read it while the video talks about it. Okay, so I'm going to make it just the picture so it's just on there. There we go. And then we'll get started, and I want everybody pointing up at the top. You want to point to the title first. Let's read that together. The Big Box Fix Up. And so she will read to you, and then we are going to have you decide which of these is the right answer. So this is a participation story, and you need to have your pencil ready, okay? But let's get started with the audio part.
The Big Box Fix Up. Hot Rod is the super noodle today. Hot Rod found boxes of different shapes and sizes. He gave the boxes to the Superkids to fix up or make into something else they can play with. Each team hid its fixed up box under a blanket and gives a few clues. The rest of the Superkids will guess what the box looks like it might be. You get to guess too. At the end of the story, you will find out if your guesses were correct. Look at the top picture on page 6. Alf and Edabetta are a team and hid their fixed-up box under a red blanket. Tack and Cass are guessing what it is. Listen as I read the clues at the bottom of the page.
Please read with me. Alf and I got up the TV box, said Edabetta. You can nap in it, but it is not a bed. You can camp in it, said Alf, but it is not a cabin. Can you tell?
Look at the 3 small pictures at the bottom of page 6. Point to the small picture that you think looks like what the box under the red blanket might be.
And then circle that picture. So you have to figure out what it is from the clues up here. Pause the video if you need more time, and then we will go on to the other side.
Now look at page 7. Tuck and Fritz are a team. They fixed up a small box and hid it under a blue blanket. Icky and Oswald are guessing what it is. Listen as I read the clues at the bottom of the page.
Please read with. Fritz and I got an egg box, said Tuck. I put sand and mud in it, said Fritz, but it is not a sandbox. Tuck said, I put seeds in it, but it is not for the robins. Can you tell?
Look at the 3 small pictures at the bottom of page 7. Point to the small picture that you think looks like what the box under the blue blanket might be.
Then you want to circle that picture of what you think might be under there, according to the clues and what you think. Pause the video if you need more time, and then we will go on to the next page.
Now turn to pages 8 and 9. picture on pages 8 and 9. Doc and Sal are a team. They fixed up a box and hid it under a brown blanket. Oswald and Tock are guessing what it is. Listen as I read the clues at the bottom of pages 8 and 9.
Sal and I got the blanket box, said Doc. I added buttons and a fan, said Sal. Doc said, but it is not a windmill. It is like a rocket, said Sal, but it is not as fast.
Can
You tell?
Look at the 3 small pictures at the bottom of page 9. Point to the small picture that you think looks like what the box under the brown blanket might be.
So circle that. This is the windmill, in case you couldn't tell from my drawing. That might not be very good, okay? So this is the windmill, and then we are going to go on to the next page. Pause if you need more time, and if you can't figure it out, read the sentences again.
Now turn to pages 10 and 11. Oswald and Cass are a team. Sal, Lily, Icky, and Tock are guessing what their box is. Listen as I read the clues at the bottom of pages 10 and 11.
Oswald said, I put a quilt on the gift box, but it is not a bed. You can get a snack at the box, said Cass, but it is not a hot dog stand. Can you tell?
Look at the 3 small pictures at the bottom of page 11. Point to the small picture that you think looks like what the box under the blanket might be.
Then you circle that with your pencil. If you need more time, you may pause the video. Then turn the page.
Now turn to pages 12 and 13. Look at the picture on pages 12 and 13. The Superkids are lifting the blankets off the fixed up boxes so everyone can see what they made. They are smiling and playing with the boxes. Listen as I read the sentences at the bottom of pages 12 and 13.
Hot Rod said, lift the blankets off the boxes. Elf camps in his tent. Fritz and Tock put the plants in the sun. Doc sits in the jet. Cass has muffins for a snack. The big box fix-up is a lot of fun. Isn't that a cool story? We are going to read it together this afternoon. So please be ready. Have your Superkids book ready, and we'll read together this afternoon. So that's the end of that part. If you have your handwriting paper, you can do handwriting next. Or there is a worksheet for today also. And it looks like this. It has all the boxes on it. A bunch of different boxes that have different things in them. And so what you want to do is figure out which lid goes with which box. So put your name up here, and then you want to cut all these out. So cut all the way across here, and then cut them out. And you're only going to glue across the top so you can lift it up kind of like a flap so you can see what's in there. And this one is for a gift box, and it says add a gift. So you need to draw something cool in there that you would like to give as a gift, or maybe something you would like to get as a gift. So you're going to cut all these out and only glue along the top so it can be like a flap, like sticky notes are, so that you can flip it up. And I look forward to seeing you this afternoon.